Have you ever stopped and asked yourself why, despite all your effort, life still feels like it's moving past you instead of with you? Why the dreams you hold close, the ones that ignite a fire in your chest, seem just out of reach no matter how hard you push? That feeling of being stuck, of watching opportunities slip through your fingers while others soar, it's crushing. It makes you question yourself, your worth, and even your ability to change. But let me tell you this. That feeling is not a sign of failure. It's a signal that your life is ready for an upgrade, that the version of you've been living with, the one that accepts mediocrity or tolerates comfort over growth, it's time for it to evolve. And the incredible truth is, you are capable of that evolution. You have all the potential you need to step into a life that feels powerful, purposeful, and unstoppable. Imagine waking up each day with clarity instead of confusion, with drive instead of hesitation. Imagine feeling a fire inside that no obstacle can extinguish, a confidence that radiates not from arrogance, but from knowing that you are actively creating a life worth living. That vision isn't reserved for someone else. It's not a fantasy for the lucky or the chosen. It is entirely within your reach, and it begins the moment you decide that staying the same is no longer an option. You see, life doesn't wait. It doesn't reward those who hesitate. The longer you cling to old patterns, comfort zones, or fears, the more distant your dreams become. But there's a shift, a tipping point where everything changes, and it starts here with one simple but profound realization: you can level up. Leveling up doesn't mean chasing the illusion of perfection or comparing yourself to others. It means taking deliberate steps, no matter how small, to expand your capacity, your mindset, and your actions. It's about discovering the strategies that will ignite your growth, giving you the tools to break through the limitations that have held you back for too long. And here's the most powerful part. Each of these strategies is rooted in research, in psychology, in human behavior. They're not empty promises or motivational cliches. They are proven pathways to change, to mastery, to a life that reflects your highest potential. By staying with this video, you're not just watching. You are stepping into a transformative process. You are giving yourself the gift of knowledge that, when applied, will change the way you approach every challenge, every goal, every moment of your life. You will discover how to harness focus, resilience, and courage in ways you never thought possible. And as you absorb each strategy, you will feel a shift inside, a sense of power, possibility, and control that's intoxicating because it's real. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop watching life pass by? Are you ready to claim the life you've always imagined but never fully stepped into? The journey to leveling up begins here. And by the end of this video, you will have not just insight but actionable strategies, a roadmap to move from where you are now to a life that feels larger, richer, and more alive than you ever believed possible. Every second you stay engaged is a second invested in yourself, and the rewards are waiting. The question is, will you take the step? The moment you decide to level up, everything inside you begins to awaken. You feel a stirring, a restlessness that refuses to be ignored. That feeling is not discomfort, it's your potential calling. It's the part of you that knows you were meant for more than routine, more than average, more than quiet resignation. Deep down, you already sense that the life you dream of isn't handed to those who wait. It's seized by those who refuse to settle, by those who confront their fears, doubts, and excuses with relentless courage. And the truth is, the only thing standing between you and that life is the chain of habits, thoughts, and decisions you have allowed to define your days. Every choice you've made up until now has been a brick in the foundation of who you are. Some of those bricks are strong, some are weak. Some carry wisdom, courage, and growth, while others are built from fear, procrastination, and self-doubt. What you must realize is that you have the power to rebuild, to replace the weak bricks with ones forged from intention, discipline, and resilience. You are not powerless. You are not trapped. You are a creator. Every morning presents a blank canvas, a new chance to reconstruct the life you want. And the strategies you are about to embrace are the tools for that reconstruction, the levers that will allow you to pull yourself higher, stronger, and more aligned with your true potential. Think about the moments you have held back, moments where fear whispered that you weren't enough, moments when uncertainty made you hesitate. Those moments are gone. You cannot reclaim the past, but you can transform the future. Every action you take now, every mindset you adopt is a deposit into your personal bank of power. And the incredible reward is immediate. The sense that you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance, that you are reclaiming control over your own destiny. That feeling, the exhilaration of taking responsibility for your growth, is addictive because it reminds you that nothing outside of you can dictate your value or your trajectory. Your mind is your most powerful ally or your most dangerous enemy. The way you speak to yourself, the beliefs you carry, and the limits you accept or reject shape the reality you experience. The people you admire, the leaders you respect, the innovators and creators who inspire awe, they did not wait for permission to be extraordinary. They rewired their thinking, challenged the narratives that held them back, and replaced doubt with action. You have the same capacity within you. Every negative thought is an opportunity to choose differently, to step into alignment with the life you want. Every fear is a signal pointing you to the next growth edge. Every challenge is a doorway, not a wall. Imagine waking up and feeling that surge of energy, that confidence in your own power each and every day. Imagine the satisfaction of knowing that every step you take is purposeful, every choice intentional, and every obstacle is a chance to prove your strength. That is the life you are moving toward. That is what it feels like to truly level up. And it begins with one commitment: the refusal to remain small, the refusal to wait for someone else to give you permission, the refusal to accept anything less than your highest potential. You are ready to step into it. Your growth is calling. The moment to answer has arrived. Every day you delay, every second you wait for the perfect moment is time lost in the pursuit of the life you deserve. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Life doesn't pause, and the universe doesn't hold its breath for you to feel ready. But here's the secret that changes everything. Readiness is forged through action, through choice, through the courage to begin, even when the path is unclear. Every step you take, no matter how small, ignites momentum. Momentum grows, and momentum transforms. What once felt impossible becomes inevitable. That is the power of deciding, the power of commitment, and the power of refusing to be defined by hesitation. The habits you cultivate are the architecture of your future. Tiny, consistent actions shape your destiny far more than bursts of sporadic effort. Waking up early, focusing relentlessly, speaking to yourself with belief instead of doubt, taking responsibility for your choices. These are not small acts. They are the lifeblood of transformation. They train your mind to recognize opportunity, your heart to embrace courage, and your soul to demand excellence. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, persistence over surrender, you are rewriting the script of your life. You are telling yourself and the world that you will not settle for less than your potential. Your fear is not an enemy. It is a compass. It points directly to the areas where your growth is most urgent. That tightness in your chest, the hesitation in your voice, the doubt whispering that you cannot succeed. These are signals that you are standing at the edge of transformation. Lean into that fear. Step forward while it trembles inside you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in the presence of fear. Every successful person you admire has felt it, and every one of them chose to move anyway. That same courage is available to you. It is waiting for you to claim it, to allow it to guide you past stagnation and into a life of power, clarity, and purpose. Your mind will try to sabotage you. Old beliefs, ingrained patterns, and comfort-seeking instincts will whisper that change is too difficult, too risky, too demanding. They will insist that your current life, however unsatisfying, is safer than the unknown. But safety is an illusion. Comfort is a cage. Every day spent clinging to what is familiar erodes the life you were meant to create. True safety, true power comes from growth. It comes from expanding your limits and proving to yourself that you are capable of far more than you imagined. When you consistently confront your limitations, you do more than survive, you thrive. Imagine looking back 1 year from now, knowing that every day you acted with intention. Every day you chose growth over comfort. Every day you leaned into the challenge, you transformed your life. That vision is not distant or unreachable. It is built moment by moment, choice by choice, action by action. You have everything you need within you to make it real. Your focus, your courage, and your commitment are the keys. The world will not hand you transformation. You must claim it. And when you do, the feeling of empowerment, freedom, and unstoppable momentum is like nothing you have ever experienced. You are ready, you are capable, and your life is waiting for you to rise. Every moment you spend doubting yourself, every second you allow hesitation to dictate your choices, is a moment stolen from the life you are capable of creating. Deep inside, you already know what you want. You can feel it in your chest, in the restless energy that won't be quieted. That energy is not frustration. It is your inner compass pointing toward your potential. It is the voice of your highest self whispering, demanding, insisting that you step forward, that you refuse to accept mediocrity, that you embrace the challenge of becoming more than you are today. The power to change is not somewhere out there. It is inside you, waiting to be unleashed. All it requires is a single decision to act consistently and relentlessly in alignment with your vision. The truth is, transformation is uncomfortable. Growth demands that you confront the parts of yourself that have held you back. It requires that you face the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown. But these fears are not enemies. They are signals. They mark the boundaries of your current self and the edges of what is possible. Every time you push through that discomfort, you expand your capacity. Every time you refuse to shrink back, you strengthen the muscles of courage, resilience, and self-belief. The more you practice stepping into fear, the more it loses its power over you. The more you embrace challenge, the more unstoppable you become. Your habits, your mindset, your daily rituals, they are not trivial. They are the foundation of your future. What you tolerate today becomes the reality of tomorrow. If you tolerate distraction, indecision, or low standards, you will inherit a life shaped by those tolerances. But if you choose discipline, focus, and intentional action, you craft a future that mirrors the vision in your mind's eye. You hold the blueprint. You have the tools. Every choice is a brick in the life you are building, and with each deliberate step, that life becomes more tangible, more vibrant, and more real. Do not underestimate the power of your thoughts. What you believe about yourself shapes everything, your actions, your opportunities, and your resilience in the face of adversity. Every limiting belief you have ever held is a story you can rewrite. Every doubt that is whispered in your ear is a challenge you can overcome. You are not defined by past failures, by missed chances, or by anyone else's expectations. You are defined by the courage you summon today, the actions you take now, and the relentless commitment to your growth. Your mind is a battlefield, and every victory over fear, distraction, and doubt strengthens you in ways that ripple across every aspect of your life. Imagine waking up tomorrow feeling the energy of purpose, knowing that you are no longer drifting, no longer waiting, no longer settling. Every choice you make, every action you take is aligned with the life you are determined to create. That sense of power, of clarity, of unstoppable momentum is not a fantasy. It is the natural outcome of deliberate, consistent action. The question is no longer whether you can change. The question is whether you will refuse to accept anything less than your highest potential. And when you do, the world will feel different. Life will feel different. You will feel different. Your transformation is not a distant dream. It begins now inside you, with every thought, every choice, and every action you commit to making your life extraordinary. There is a force inside you that is far stronger than any obstacle, any failure, or any voice that has ever told you that you are not enough. That force is your determination, your resilience, your refusal to settle for less than your highest self. It exists whether you acknowledge it or not, quietly waiting for you to awaken it, to claim it, to wield it with relentless focus. Every second you hesitate, that force is still there, patiently ready, but the moment you act, the moment you choose courage over comfort, it surges forward, unstoppable and transformative. You have no idea how powerful you truly are until you commit to stepping fully into that power. Growth demands more than desire, it demands intention. Desire alone is fleeting. It flares for a moment and then fades, leaving you where you were before. Intention, however, is different. It is a deliberate choice to move forward, to prioritize your vision over excuses, to align your actions with the life you are capable of creating. Every thought you cultivate, every habit you reinforce, every decision you make with purpose builds a foundation that cannot be shaken by circumstance or adversity. That is the essence of leveling up, the unwavering commitment to growth, to action, and to the pursuit of excellence, even when the path is difficult, even when fear whispers that you are not ready. The challenges you face are not punishments. They are invitations. They are opportunities designed to stretch you, to demand that you rise above the version of yourself that has tolerated less, that has been limited by doubt or distraction. Every difficulty you encounter is a test, and every test you conquer leaves you stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Your setbacks are not evidence of failure. They are proof of progress, proof that you are pushing boundaries, proof that you are refusing to remain small. Strength is forged in the furnace of challenge, and your life will never demand growth without providing the opportunity to rise. Your mindset is the most powerful tool you possess. The way you interpret events, the way you speak to yourself, and the standards you hold define the reality you experience. Each negative thought is a chance to choose differently. Each fear a signal to act despite hesitation. Each limitation a call to expand. When you consciously cultivate beliefs that reinforce your power, your resilience, and your capacity for success, you change the trajectory of your life. Your inner world creates your outer reality, and the moment you take control of it, you reclaim the authority to shape your destiny. Picture a life where you are no longer held back by indecision, self-doubt, or the weight of comfort. Picture yourself moving through each day with clarity, energy, and unstoppable momentum. Every action aligns with your goals, every choice reinforces your growth, every challenge becomes a stepping stone toward mastery. That life is not a distant dream. It is a direct result of the mindset you choose, the habits you embrace, and the courage you summon. You are capable of creating it. You are ready to claim it. Your transformation is not waiting for permission. It is waiting for your commitment. Step forward, embrace your power, and let the life you were meant to live begin today. The truth is, your life is shaped not by chance, but by choice. Every thought you entertain, every habit you reinforce, every action you take either builds the life you want or reinforces the life you are willing to accept. You cannot control every external circumstance, but you can control your response. You can control the energy you bring into each day, the standards you set for yourself, and the relentless pursuit of your goals. That control is not just empowering, it is liberating. It reminds you that your future is not written in someone else's hand. It is written in yours every single day with every decision you make. Fear will always be present. It will linger at the edge of every bold step you take, questioning, doubting, warning. But fear is not a stop sign, it is a signal. It points to where growth is waiting, where your potential is waiting to be claimed. Every successful person has faced fear, stared it down, and acted anyway. What separates them from the rest is not talent or luck, but the decision to act in spite of the trembling, to embrace discomfort as a teacher, and to see challenge as an opportunity to strengthen their character. You have that same ability. Fear is not your enemy, it is a guidepost pointing directly to where you need to rise. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Desire without discipline is fleeting. Action without consistency is wasted energy. Every small choice, repeated day after day, compounds into transformation. Waking up early, prioritizing your health, learning relentlessly, and confronting tasks with focus are not small victories. They are the gears that move your life forward. The world will not hand you success. It will not reward waiting or hoping. It rewards preparation, persistence, and unwavering dedication. Every act of discipline strengthens your capacity to handle greater challenges, to reach higher, and to claim the life you envision. You are surrounded by influences, people, environments, habits that either elevate you or hold you back. Choosing carefully who and what you allow into your life is as critical as the actions you take. Energy is contagious. Surround yourself with those who push you, challenge you, and reflect the best version of yourself back to you. Distance yourself from those who drain your ambition, diminish your confidence, or normalize mediocrity. The life you are capable of is not compatible with stagnation. You deserve to be in an environment that constantly propels you forward, that constantly reminds you of the strength, courage, and potential you possess. Imagine the life that is waiting for you, the life built from intention, discipline, courage, and relentless pursuit. Imagine waking up each day knowing that every action, every thought, and every choice is moving you closer to that vision. That life is not a fantasy. It is within your reach, fully attainable, and waiting for the commitment you are ready to make. The only barrier is the hesitation you allow to persist, the doubt you feed, and the comfort you cling to. Step forward. Own your power. Commit to your growth. The moment to rise into the life you were meant to live is not tomorrow, not next week, not someday. It is now. Every choice you make today can either strengthen your momentum or hold it back. Choose courage, choose action, choose yourself. Every choice you make carries weight. Every action, no matter how small, sends ripples through your life, shaping the person you are becoming and the reality you are building. This is the power of conscious living, the understanding that nothing is trivial when it comes to the architecture of your future. The moments you dedicate to growth, to pushing past fear, to committing fully to your vision are investments with compounding returns. The habits you cultivate today will determine the ease with which you conquer tomorrow. Every time you choose effort over comfort, persistence over distraction, courage over hesitation, you reinforce the identity of someone who refuses to settle. It is not enough to want change. Desire alone is insufficient because desire without action fades when obstacles arise. Action, however, creates momentum, and momentum becomes a force that propels you past resistance. When you act decisively, fear diminishes, doubt loses its power, and your confidence grows exponentially. Each act of courage builds on the last, forming an unbreakable chain of self-belief and capability. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary, not overnight, but through deliberate, consistent action that compounds into transformation. You are capable of this. You are capable of committing so fully that every day propels you closer to your highest self. The mind is your most potent tool, yet it can be your harshest critic. Every thought you entertain either limits you or liberates you. Recognize that you are not at the mercy of circumstance. You are at the helm of your perception. What you focus on, you cultivate. What you speak to yourself, you reinforce. Doubt and fear are not truths. They are challenges to overcome. Every limiting belief you discard, every negative narrative you replace with empowerment, strengthens your mental framework. When you master your mind, you master your life. Your thoughts become a compass, guiding every action, every decision, and every pursuit toward purpose and fulfillment. Your environment is a reflection of your potential. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the energy you allow in your space, all of it shapes who you are and who you can become. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who inspire you, and who remind you of what is possible. Distance yourself from stagnation, negativity, and the subtle pull of mediocrity. Your external world must echo your internal ambition. When your environment supports your growth, it magnifies your efforts and reinforces the belief that greatness is not only possible, it is inevitable for those who commit to it. Now envision the life that aligns fully with your potential. Picture the energy you would feel waking up with clarity, purpose, and unstoppable momentum. Every decision, every habit, every action aligned perfectly with the person you are becoming. That life is not a dream, it is a direct consequence of commitment, discipline, and courage. The path is within you. The power is within you. There is no external validation required. Your growth, your rise, and your fulfillment begin the moment you choose to act fully and deliberately. Today, you can step into that life, claim your power, and refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Every second matters. Every choice matters. Start now and let the life you deserve unfold through the strength of your commitment. Imagine what it would feel like to fully own your life, not as a passenger, not as someone reacting to circumstances, but as the driver, fully in control of your direction, speed, and destination. Every decision you make, every action you take becomes a declaration that you will no longer be defined by fear, by doubt, by limitation. This is the essence of leveling up, the refusal to accept the life you've been handed and the commitment to creating the life you're capable of. When you embrace this, your energy shifts, your focus sharpens, every obstacle becomes a signal, every challenge an invitation to rise, and every failure a lesson that moves you closer to mastery. Action is where transformation lives. Thinking about change is not enough, planning is not enough. You must act. You must move. You must push past resistance until effort becomes habit, and habit becomes progress you can measure, feel, and trust. The smallest step taken consistently is more powerful than the grandest plan left unexecuted. Momentum compounds. One decision, one choice, one act of courage at a time builds the unstoppable force that propels you beyond your current limitations. Every time you move, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, worthy, and ready to achieve more than you have before. Your energy is sacred. It fuels your ability to take decisive action and to persist when the world pushes back. Protect it, invest it wisely. Prioritize what aligns with your growth and eliminates what drains you. Every thought you entertain, every conversation you engage in, every environment you inhabit either elevates or diminishes your power. Choose carefully. Surround yourself with ideas, people, and spaces that challenge you to rise. Distance yourself from the noise that normalizes mediocrity. Your energy is the currency of your future. Spend it on what multiplies your strength, resilience, and impact. Fear will never disappear completely, but courage does not require the absence of fear. Courage is the choice to act despite it, to move forward even when your heart is pounding and your mind is filled with doubt. Each time you confront fear, you grow stronger, more confident, and more unstoppable. The world rewards those who act boldly, who refuse to let hesitation dictate their future, who see opportunity where others see risk. You have that same potential. The question is not whether you can, but whether you will. Will you step forward and claim the strength that is already inside you, waiting to be unleashed? Visualize your life transformed by intention, discipline, and relentless action. See yourself waking up each day filled with clarity, energy, and purpose. Every decision aligns with your vision. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Every success, no matter how small, compounds into the life you desire. That life is not beyond reach. It is within your grasp, waiting for the moment you fully commit. The power to change, to rise, to excel is already within you. The only thing left is action. Choose to act now. Choose to embrace your power. Choose to level up and claim the extraordinary life that is yours by right of effort, courage, and relentless pursuit. What would happen if you stopped waiting for permission to live fully and started claiming the life you are capable of today? Imagine the freedom that comes from no longer seeking validation from others, no longer letting fear dictate your choices, and no longer allowing hesitation to steal your momentum. True power comes when you take full ownership of your actions, your thoughts, and your destiny. Every time you choose courage over comfort, commitment over convenience, and growth over stagnation, you are sending a signal to the universe and to yourself that you are ready, that you are capable, and that nothing will stop you from rising. Discipline is not punishment. It is empowerment. Every decision to follow through, to prioritize what matters, and to do the hard work even when it is uncomfortable, builds strength, confidence, and resilience. Habits are the architecture of your life. The routines you create, the consistency you maintain, and the energy you invest in yourself compound over time, producing results that feel almost magical because the change is gradual and unstoppable. Every small action taken deliberately becomes proof that you are capable of more than you thought, that your potential is limitless, and that your vision is attainable. Your mind is the battlefield where success is won or lost. Every thought you feed either strengthens your potential or weakens your resolve. Limiting beliefs are not truths. They are chains that keep you small. Every time you challenge them, every time you replace doubt with conviction, you expand the space of what is possible. Visualization, affirmation, and focus are not abstract exercises. They are tools that condition your mind to recognize opportunity, to trust your capacity, and to execute with clarity. The stronger your mind, the more unstoppable your actions become. The stronger your mind, the faster you will rise. Surround yourself with energy that elevates you. The people you spend the most time with, the information you consume, and the environments you inhabit shape your reality. You are a reflection of your closest influences. Seek out those who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable to the highest version of yourself. Distance yourself from negativity, distraction, and those who normalize mediocrity. When your environment supports your growth, it accelerates your momentum and reinforces the belief that greatness is not only possible, it is inevitable for those willing to commit. Every obstacle is a signal, every failure a teacher, and every setback an opportunity to sharpen your resolve. Resistance is not the enemy. It is the proving ground for your strength, discipline, and courage. Each challenge you face is shaping you into someone who is not only capable of surviving, but thriving. Growth comes at the edge of discomfort, and your willingness to step into that discomfort is the defining factor between mediocrity and mastery. You have the power to meet every challenge head-on, to transform fear into fuel, and to convert struggle into momentum. Picture your life transformed by relentless focus, courage, and action. Feel the clarity, energy, and confidence that comes when every choice, every habit, and every step aligns with your vision. That life is not distant or abstract. It is within reach, waiting for the moment you claim it fully. The only barrier is hesitation. The only limit is doubt. You have the strength, the discipline, and the power to rise above. Step into it now, take control, commit fully, level up in every way, and watch the extraordinary life you deserve unfold before your eyes. What would your life look like if you stopped compromising with mediocrity and started demanding excellence from yourself every single day? Imagine the energy that comes from waking up with absolute clarity about who you are, what you want, and what you are willing to do to achieve it. Every moment spent half-heartedly, every excuse you allow, and every fear you entertain only delays the life you are capable of living. The truth is that greatness is not reserved for a chosen few. It is earned by those who refuse to settle, who refuse to wait for opportunity, and who choose action over comfort, discipline over distraction, and courage over hesitation. The power to transform your life lies in your daily choices. Each decision, no matter how small, either moves you closer to your vision or further away from it. Excellence is a habit, not an event. Every time you show up fully, every time you push past discomfort, and every time you follow through on what matters most, you are reinforcing the identity of someone who does not compromise with mediocrity. You are creating a momentum that grows stronger with every effort, until progress becomes inevitable and success feels like a natural consequence of your dedication. Fear is a signal, not a sentence. It shows where growth is waiting. Every time you face fear instead of running from it, you expand your capacity, your confidence, and your strength. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act in spite of it. The moments that feel most uncomfortable are the moments that define you. They are the moments when the ordinary is stripped away and the extraordinary reveals itself. You have everything you need to confront these moments head on. The courage you seek is already within you. All you must do is reach for it and act. Your environment amplifies your potential. The people you surround yourself with, the energy you allow in your space, and the ideas you consume directly influence your growth. Seek out those who elevate you, challenge you, and remind you of your limitless capacity. Distance yourself from negativity, distraction, and stagnation. When your environment mirrors your ambition, it accelerates your progress, strengthens your resolve, and keeps you aligned with the version of yourself you are striving to become. You become not just capable, but unstoppable. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. Every consistent action, no matter how small, compounds over time into extraordinary results. The routines you establish, the boundaries you honor, and the commitment you maintain form the foundation of your future success. When you embrace discipline, comfort becomes optional and excellence becomes habitual. The life you want does not arrive through luck. It is built through intentional, relentless effort that pushes you beyond limits, challenges your excuses, and demands your best self at every turn. Visualize your future fully realized. The clarity, the confidence, the unstoppable momentum that comes from aligning every choice with your purpose. Feel the power that arises when your actions, habits, and thoughts are all directed toward your highest potential. That life is not distant. It is waiting for the moment you fully commit. When hesitation is replaced with action, doubt is replaced with belief, and comfort is replaced with courage. Choose to step into it now. Own your power, elevate your life, level up fully, and let nothing hold you back from the extraordinary life that is rightfully yours. What if today, right now, you decided to stop living at the mercy of distraction and inconsistency? Imagine the weight lifted from your shoulders when every action you take aligns with your purpose, when every choice reinforces your vision, and when every effort compounds into undeniable progress. The life you dream of does not require luck, it requires focus, and focus demands sacrifice. The small, consistent sacrifices you make today, turning away from what is easy, what is tempting, or what feels comfortable, create an unstoppable momentum that propels you toward a future far greater than anything you have known. Your energy is sacred. Every thought, every feeling, and every action is an investment in the person you are becoming. If you give your energy to doubt, distraction, or negativity, you dilute your potential and limit your growth. But when you invest your energy deliberately into learning, creating, and taking purposeful action, you multiply your influence, your confidence, and your results. Focus is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and the intensity with which you guard it determines how quickly and powerfully your life transforms. Success is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters most with unrelenting commitment. Identify what will move your life forward and make it non-negotiable. Eliminate the trivial, refuse the unimportant, and channel your efforts into the actions that yield the highest return on your life. Every moment you spend on purpose strengthens your identity, sharpens your clarity, and builds an unstoppable momentum that attracts opportunity, influence, and progress. Your consistency signals to your mind, your body, and your environment that you are serious, and the universe responds to those who act with unwavering intent. Fear will continue to whisper, but it does not define you. It is a compass pointing toward the areas where you must grow. Lean into it. Let it fuel you instead of freeze you. Every time you choose action over avoidance, courage over comfort, and growth over stagnation, you expand your capacity to handle bigger challenges, achieve greater results, and claim a life that once felt impossible. The person who confronts fear consistently becomes stronger, more confident, and unshakably resilient. You are capable of becoming that person, and the key lies in your willingness to act despite fear. Your habits shape your destiny more than your intentions ever could. What you do consistently, what you reinforce daily, and what you repeat without fail becomes the framework for your life. High-performance habits, waking up early, prioritizing what matters, and consistently pushing beyond comfort, accumulate into profound transformation. Excellence is not a goal you achieve once. It is a lifestyle you cultivate through disciplined repetition, conscious choice, and relentless pursuit of growth. Each small act of discipline is a vote for the life you are determined to create. Picture the clarity, the strength, and the unstoppable energy that emerges when your focus, habits, and actions are fully aligned with your purpose. Feel the pride, the confidence, and the freedom that comes from knowing you are actively building a life of impact, fulfillment, and greatness. That life is not a fantasy. It is the inevitable outcome of consistent, deliberate action taken today, right now. Step fully into it. Guard your energy, amplify your focus, and act relentlessly. Elevate every moment, every choice, every effort, and watch as your life rises to match the greatness you're willing to demand from yourself. Have you ever considered how much potential you are letting slip through your fingers simply because you wait for the right time to act? The truth is, there is no perfect moment, no flawless plan, no guaranteed path that will hand you the life you want. Waiting is the enemy of growth. Every second you delay action, every excuse you tell yourself, and every fear you indulge only strengthens the walls that separate you from your dreams. The moment to seize your power is now, because the only certainty in life is that time moves forward, and it will not pause for hesitation or doubt. Action is the ultimate antidote to fear. The second you choose to move, the second you take deliberate steps toward your vision, your fear begins to lose its grip. Momentum is built in motion, not in contemplation. Every small decision to push forward, to confront discomfort, to prioritize what matters, compounds into extraordinary outcomes. You cannot plan your way to transformation. You must live your way into it. The courage to act consistently and intentionally is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Your mind is your battlefield. Every thought, every belief, and every mental habit shapes the life you experience. Negativity, doubt, and indecision are heavy chains that bind your potential, but focused, empowered thinking is a force that can move mountains. Train your mind relentlessly. Feed it with ideas that inspire, affirmations that strengthen, and visions that compel you to rise. Protect it from distractions, fear, and self-sabotage. When your mind believes in your power, your actions follow with unstoppable energy, and your results inevitably rise to match your belief. The people and environments you choose are magnifiers of your success. Surround yourself with those who elevate your thinking, challenge your comfort zones, and inspire your growth. Distance yourself from negativity, doubt, and mediocrity. Every interaction, every influence, and every environment either expands your capacity or limits it. You cannot rise above the energy you consistently allow into your life. Seek out mentors, allies, and environments that accelerate your growth. They act as catalysts, amplifying your effort, sharpening your focus, and reminding you of the boundless potential within you. Discipline is the engine of transformation. It is the bridge between vision and reality, between desire and achievement. Consistency in action, persistence in effort, and unwavering adherence to your priorities create results that are unstoppable. Every habit you build, every routine you honor, and every boundary you protect reinforces the identity of someone who is capable, confident, and unstoppable. The life you crave is built not by chance, but by relentless, purposeful, disciplined action taken every single day. Visualize the life you want in vivid detail. Feel the pride, freedom, and confidence that accompany every step toward your potential. Imagine waking up each day with clarity, energy, and purpose. That life is within reach. The only thing standing between you and it is the decision to act now and consistently, to face fear head on, to protect your mind and energy, and to embrace the disciplined pursuit of excellence. Step fully into your power, own your choices. Let every action move you closer to the extraordinary life that is your birthright. What would happen if you stopped tolerating mediocrity in your life? If you refused to settle for less than your full potential, what doors could open? The truth is, you are capable of far more than you have allowed yourself to believe. Every limitation you feel, every hesitation you cling to, and every excuse you make is a self-imposed barrier, a wall that keeps your best life just out of reach. But those walls are not permanent. They are illusions built from fear, doubt, and old habits. The moment you recognize your power, the moment you decide to demand more from yourself, those walls begin to crumble. Your comfort zone is a cage disguised as safety. It whispers to you that staying small is secure, that avoiding challenge is wise, and that protecting yourself from risk is prudent, but the life you dream of does not live inside that cage. Growth, impact, and extraordinary achievement are always on the other side of discomfort. Every step you take outside what is familiar is a declaration. You will no longer settle for ordinary. You will no longer obey fear, and you will no longer allow hesitation to define your potential. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to act despite it. Your thoughts are seeds and your actions are water. What you nurture grows. If you plant doubt, fear, and excuses, you will harvest limitation, frustration, and regret. But if you plant focus, belief, and determination, you will harvest growth, confidence, and success beyond measure. Every moment is an opportunity to feed your mind with thoughts that empower, actions that build, and habits that elevate. The small choices you make repeatedly form the foundation of the person you become. Choose wisely. Choose courage. Choose consistency. Discipline is the quiet force that separates dreamers from achievers. It is not glamorous, it is not sudden, but it is unstoppable. Showing up when you do not feel like it, pushing through resistance, and honoring your commitments even when the world is noisy and distracting transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Discipline builds character, and character builds lives that command respect, opportunity, and influence. Every decision to act with discipline strengthens your identity, and your identity determines your destiny. The people and environments you embrace shape the speed and magnitude of your growth. Energy is contagious, and influence is unavoidable. Surround yourself with those who demand excellence from you, who challenge your thinking and who reflect the standard you aspire to achieve. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy, normalize mediocrity, or diminish your potential. You are a reflection of what you allow into your life, and the right influences amplify your focus, courage, and results beyond what you could achieve alone. Imagine waking each day with clarity, energy, and purpose. Imagine facing challenges with confidence, making decisions with certainty, and taking action with unstoppable momentum. That life is not a fantasy, it is the inevitable result of the choices you make today. Every moment of courage, every act of discipline, and every decision to embrace growth compounds into a life of fulfillment, impact, and greatness. You are capable. You are ready. Demand more from yourself, step boldly into discomfort, and rise to the extraordinary life waiting for you. Have you noticed how often you let fear dictate your choices? How often you shrink your dreams to fit your comfort, convincing yourself that caution is wisdom? The truth is, fear is a signal, not a limit. It is the compass pointing you toward the growth you crave, the challenge that will stretch you, and the path that will lead you to the life you were meant to live. Every moment you resist fear, every decision you make to act despite it, transforms uncertainty into power. The people who achieve greatness are not those who never feel fear, they are those who refuse to be paralyzed by it. Courage is not spontaneous, it is a muscle you build through repeated action. Each choice to move forward, each step taken when the path is unclear, strengthens your resilience. Fear loses its grip when confronted, and confidence emerges when you see that you are capable of more than you imagined. The moment you take ownership of your power, fear becomes a tool, a guide, a marker that you are stepping into something meaningful. The life you desire does not grow in the absence of fear. It grows when you harness it and move relentlessly toward your purpose. Your environment and the people you allow close to you are mirrors of your potential. Energy, focus, and mindset are contagious. If you surround yourself with those who think small, settle easily, and complain constantly, your growth is suffocated. But when you align with individuals who challenge you, inspire you, and demand your best, your potential multiplies. Seek out those who elevate your thinking, push your boundaries, and hold you accountable. Your influence becomes a reflection of the company you keep, and your ability to rise depends on the quality of the energy you absorb daily. Discipline is the bridge between your intentions and your achievements. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline carries you forward even when desire wanes. Showing up consistently, honoring commitments, and adhering to daily practices builds momentum that cannot be stopped. Each moment of discipline strengthens your identity as someone who takes control, someone who refuses to settle, and someone who transforms dreams into reality. Habits are the compound interest of personal growth, and discipline ensures that every effort counts toward building the life you envision. Your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas, they're architects of your future. What you dwell on, what you repeat in your mind, and what you allow to dominate your inner dialogue shapes your behavior and your results. Feed your mind with thoughts of possibility, abundance, and resilience. Challenge limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering truths. Visualize not just the outcomes you want, but the person you must become to achieve them. Your mind, trained and focused, becomes your most powerful ally in creating lasting transformation. Picture the life you want in vivid detail. See the pride, freedom, and fulfillment that come from realizing your potential. Feel the energy and clarity that accompany relentless progress. That life is not distant, It is waiting for the person willing to act with courage, commit to discipline, and protect their energy from negativity. You have the ability to rise above limitation, to embrace discomfort as growth, and to step boldly into the extraordinary life that is your birthright. The power to transform is already within you. Have you ever realized that your comfort zone is the quiet prison holding your potential hostage? Every habit, every routine that feels safe, is a chain that keeps you from discovering what you are truly capable of. Growth does not come from staying comfortable. It comes from stepping into uncertainty, from stretching beyond what feels easy, and from confronting the resistance that tells you to stop. Every time you push past the familiar, you expand the limits of who you are and redefine what is possible. True transformation begins when you are willing to risk discomfort in pursuit of greatness. The mind resists change because it fears the unknown, but the soul craves expansion. Each moment of resistance you overcome is a victory over limitation. Every small act of courage compounds, creating momentum that propels you toward extraordinary achievement. The discomfort you feel is the language of progress, signaling that you are moving toward the person you are meant to become. Do not avoid it. Embrace it. Lean into it. Let it remind you that growth is happening, even when the path feels uncertain or painful. Action is the antidote to fear. Thinking, planning, and dreaming alone will never produce transformation. The people who achieve the most are not the ones who have perfect clarity or endless resources. They are the ones who act relentlessly, even in the face of doubt. Every step taken, no matter how small, creates a ripple that builds into momentum. Consistency beats intensity. Persistence outlasts talent. You do not need to see the entire staircase. You only need to take the first step and keep moving. Momentum compounds, and each step forward makes the next one easier, stronger, and more certain. The quality of your focus determines the quality of your life. Every distraction, every surrender to mindless routines dilutes your energy and erodes potential. Guard your attention fiercely. Choose thoughts, actions, and priorities that align with the life you desire. Eliminate what does not serve your growth. Protect your mental space like it is sacred, because it is. What you feed your mind, what you allow to dominate your consciousness, becomes the reality you live in. Clarity emerges when you focus relentlessly on what matters most. Gratitude is not just a pleasant practice, it is a catalyst for transformation. Recognizing what you have, acknowledging progress, and appreciating effort creates a mindset of abundance. When you focus on scarcity, fear grows and motivation fades. When you cultivate gratitude, your energy shifts from resistance to possibility, from doubt to confidence. Appreciation magnifies opportunity and strengthens your resolve to pursue what is next. The life you desire becomes more tangible when your mind is trained to see progress, recognize wins, and embrace potential. Every habit, every decision, every thought either builds you or diminishes you. You are the sum of what you repeatedly choose, and your destiny is formed in the small, daily actions that others overlook. Choose courage. Choose focus. Choose discipline. Choose to stretch beyond the familiar. Let each choice be a declaration that you refuse to settle, that you are committed to growth, and that you are willing to endure discomfort to achieve greatness. Your life will never be extraordinary by chance, but it will be extraordinary by choice. The power to evolve, to rise, and to transform is already in your hands, waiting for you to claim it. Have you noticed how easy it is to let life happen to you rather than creating the life you want? Every day, countless decisions pass through your hands, and most people drift, surrendering their power to circumstances, opinions, and fear. But you are not here to drift. You are here to steer, to shape, to command your own existence with purpose and intentionality. True mastery comes from recognizing that everything external, the world, the noise, the challenges, is neutral. It is your choices that determine whether you rise or remain stagnant. The moment you claim responsibility for your life, you ignite a force within that cannot be ignored. Excuses are silent thieves. They rob you of potential, of energy, of momentum. Every time you blame circumstances, people, or lack of resources, you give away a piece of your power. Yet the people who achieve greatness do not wait for perfect conditions. They start where they are, with what they have, and they find a way. There is immense freedom in acknowledging that your limitations are only meaningful if you allow them to be. When you stop giving excuses power, you unlock the ability to create, to grow, and to dominate your reality. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The people you surround yourself with, the media you consume, and the energy you allow near you either elevate or erode your ambition. Choose carefully. Seek those who challenge you, inspire you, and demand your best. Remove what diminishes you. Curate your space like you curate your thoughts, purposefully and relentlessly. When your environment supports your growth, progress accelerates, fear diminishes, and confidence blooms naturally. Surround yourself with energy that fuels courage, not hesitation. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Talent alone is fragile. Motivation alone is fleeting. It is disciplined action, repeated daily, that builds momentum so strong it becomes unstoppable. Discipline is the muscle that grows when you resist temptation, when you prioritize long-term vision over short-term comfort, and when you act even when you feel uncertain or tired. Every disciplined choice compounds, and over time it creates a life that once seemed impossible. Your mind is your most powerful asset and your most dangerous enemy. It can inspire unimaginable courage or trap you in cycles of doubt and fear. Learn to command it. Feed it thoughts that empower, challenge it to question limitations, and train it to focus on solutions rather than obstacles. When your mind aligns with your purpose, obstacles shrink, clarity emerges, and your energy becomes unstoppable. You do not need every answer. You only need the resolve to keep thinking, acting, and advancing toward what matters. Fear is inevitable, but it is also a compass pointing toward growth. Every time your heart races in hesitation, every time doubt whispers, it signals an opportunity to level up. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in the presence of it. Lean into the discomfort, use it to fuel momentum, and transform anxiety into energy. Every brave act you take creates a feedback loop that strengthens confidence, sharpens clarity, and deepens resilience. The life you dream of is waiting on the other side of fear, and the only way through is straight ahead, unwavering and unflinching. Your potential is limitless, but it is only realized when you refuse to surrender to convenience, doubt, or distraction.